Well, welcome back to the man cave. Moorland Bikers man cave, that is, of course. And welcome back to the channel. Now, it's been a few weeks since I last did anything. Good reason for that. One word, COVID. But sort of over it now, so it was only a slight touch of COVID, really, but it just put an end to things for a little bit. But anyway, back now. And what I've got now is it's another local trip. The Upper Dove Valley, or the very, very junior River Dove. Staffordshire, Derbyshire boundary. Really, really nice rock architecture, if you like, alongside the road. And yeah, a little bit of green laning as well, which is a bonus. But yeah, like I say, it's been three weeks at least since I last put anything out. So it's about time I did something, really. But have a look, see what you think. If you find it interesting, give us a thumbs up. And if you've not already done so, subscribe. And because we're getting on a bit now, I'm almost 160. It's going up one by one, very, very slowly. So yeah. See what you think anyway. Cheers. So yes, we are going to have another look at another little bit of my bit of the Peak District, as I put it. There's three of us out today. Three members of the four-member Staffordshire Moorlands chapter, if you like, of the Himalayan Owners Group. We never managed to get all four of us together for some reason, but 3 out of 4 is not bad. So we're taking a run along the road to Longner. There's a nice enough road on it in itself, to be honest. There's this Longner road, and then through the village of Longner. And just the other side we'll turn off. It is a lovely morning. Bit cold, bit cool on the digits, but it'll warm up, I think. Over on the right, just the right along, I've just gone behind the trees now, there's a sequence of stone walls. I might have mentioned them before, I suppose, really, but there's a sequence of stone walls very close together. That's part of the old crop rotation system when, well, serfs, if you want to call them that, were each allocated a field to work on. And they maintain, by and large, those narrow fields for as a historical interest. You're talking a long, long time ago now. But Longner, this is the village of Longner, and this is the only village that I know of that's got a town hall. Used to be a town hall anyway, over on the right there. And the marketplace as well. Lovely views. And of course this is still Staffordshire. This is part of the Staffordshire section of the Peak District National Park, of which we're very proud. But a lot of people don't realise it's Staffordshire. Everybody thinks it's just Derbyshire, just because it's in the national park. Very popular place to walk from, because you're almost on the River Dove, which is the physical boundary between the two counties. we're going to turn off here. This little short section of a green lane. Turn the indicator off again. Doing well this morning. And it is the River Dove. It's only a trickle sometimes. So yes, the hill directly in front of us, the pointed hill, that's Parkhouse Hill. And the hill to our left, it's not quite so obvious at the minute just how sharp a ridge that is. Well, that's Crome Hill to our left. These two hills, Parkhouse and Crome, are unusual, as I said, because they're made up of reef limestone. Quite a sharp ridge. Used to be the seabed. Believe it or not, obviously. Limestone is made up of crushed shells and sea creatures, and you know, I'm not going to go into geology now, but that's what it's all about. So this must have been the seabed at some point in the long distant past, obviously. Now I've had to do this in 2 days because it was at this point on, well, 2 days ago, that my battery went flat. So I've come out again today, this afternoon, to complete the job, shall we say. But unfortunately, I'm on my own. The other two guys are both working guys, and they don't get the weekdays off. So yeah, Blizzard and me are out on our lonesome today. And I've remembered that I can actually plug my camera, I nearly said into the mains, into the bike's electrics, and negate the necessity for a full battery. So I should have plenty of memory, so let's see how we go. So I'm going to try and replicate the journey from 2 days ago and complete the little circuit. The source of the River Dove is it's no more than a mile and a half away as the crow flies behind us. There we go. No wet feet this time. So yes, that's Parkhouse Hill in front of us, as I said. And we're going to turn sharp left in a matter of yards, and then we'll be looking at Crome Hill in profile. Site of special scientific interest to these two hills because of the nature of the geology. Lovely area, really interesting area. There you go, ladies.
because of its geology again. Quite dramatic outcroppings of this reef limestone. Up to the left of us is Crome Hill. They're two ridges, two very sharp spines of limestone, of reef limestone. These two hills. Now this farm on the right here is Dowel Hall. Dowel as in a circular piece of wood, I suppose, the best way of describing it. And then beyond Dowel Hall, I'll look at the I'll look at the lambs. It's always nice to see the lambs. A little bit early perhaps. Well, it's March, so anyway. Yeah, so Dowel Hall, that was that'll be the manor house in medieval times. And this is Dowel Dale in front of us, and this was described by one of the lads who was out with us on Sunday, in actual fact, a couple of days ago. Described it as a mini Winnets Pass. Anybody who's been up to into Derbyshire, further into Derby, we are in Derbyshire now, by the way, we crossed the River Dove, so we changed counties. Anybody who's been up to Castleton, if you like, spectacular feature as you drop down to Castleton itself is the Winnets Pass, and it's very, very similar, steep-sided limestone outcrops, just that bit bigger. So yes, this is described by some as the mini Winnets Pass. Oh, and you know what I said about having the benefit of being able to plug the camera into the bike's electrics. When I got back on at the Ford, I forgot. Right, we're plugged in, so we'll carry on. Like I said, beautiful limestone scenery. Although it does change a little bit. Just in front of us, the land has been put to unusual use, shall we say. Now hopefully you'll see just how spectacular this area is from another direction now. If memory serves, it's oh, just look at this. Back across to certainly Parkhouse Hill anyway. Sorry, Crome Hill anyway. Parkhouse is hidden behind hairpin bends. These are my sort of roads. They really are my sort of roads, and to have them right on my doorstep effectively, it's an absolute bonus. Now we're going to have a go at a Green Lane. I've not actually ridden this this Green Lane that we're coming down to, but suffice to say we're going to give it a go. Oh well, there you go. So we'll revert to plan A, because that in actual fact was plan B. Plus I did want to know just what the legality was. Just because it's marked on the Ordnance Survey map as a right-of-way doesn't mean to say that it is. So we're back at Booth Farm. Sorry, Booth Farm. High Edge Raceway. I call it Booth Farm because when they first set it up it was actually known as Booth Farm. But it's been High Edge for a long time now. But it's a nice run from here in actual fact, and you'll be able to see what I was rambling on about these air raid shelters. Across here to the left, it's a mass of air raid shelters across here. Like I say, this was certainly during the Second World War. It was a lot of military activity on here. Explosives, etc. A lot was very secretive back in those days. Now the village in front of us, it's a nice village, this. Earl Sterndale. There's one or two villages in the vicinity with the word Sterndale in the name. This is Earl Sterndale. There's another one called King Sterndale. There's Sterndale Moor. There are a few of them. But there is an unfortunate side to Earl Sterndale. I mean, the Quiet Woman, the pub in Earl Sterndale, was an absolutely brilliant, unspoilt country pub. But the guy who used to run it has he's not been well now since prior to COVID days, and it's been shut down. Whether it'll reopen again, who knows. This is another green lane that I've never tried, so and it's legal, is this one, so always nice to put these knobbly tyres to good use. Another quite distinctive hill over on the right there is High Wealden. Yeah, we're still recording. Dropping back down into the valley of the River Dove. We're still in Derbyshire at the minute, but in just a couple of minutes time we're back in Staffordshire. As I've said before, and not only me but one or two guidebooks have stated quite categorically, some of the nicest bits of Derbyshire are actually in Staffordshire. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's my sort of logic. Lovely, lovely hairpin bends. That's the River Dove again. So that's it, us back in Staffordshire. this fella in front of us is doing my job. When I first retired from the old job and got my PSV licence, the first job I did was school bus, the Sheen school bus. That's what he's doing now. Takes me back a bit. Don't miss it one bit. "18 or 20 screaming kids." I only had them for about 45 minutes though. Just turn the radio up. So this is the village of Sheen. I think I might have mentioned it before, but I'll give him a mention. There's quite an unexpected factory across here on the right hand side. For the size of the village, the factory is quite important in the building trade, construction trade. If anybody out there's got an orange cement mixer, there's every chance this is where it came from. Bell Engineering, or as it's called now, Bell Light Construction Equipment. So that was the village of Sheen. Now we're coming back down to another river in front of us. It's a river we've been across before on YouTube, the River Manifold. Not quite as dramatic as the Dove, but pleasant enough. Pleasant enough. Over the next few weekends and throughout the season, these fields either side of us will be absolutely full of tents, caravans and camper vans. This is Hume End, and we just crossed the River Manifold, and this field on the left as well. I've always likened it to Agincourt, with the enemy armies encamped on either side of the road. This place on the right here, Cliff House Farm. Mrs. Peach used to make the most fantastic pies in the area. I don't think she does anymore though. home sweet home. That was a nice little run round, wasn't it? Well, I thought it was. Still recording. Right. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And all the usual. If you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.